Now, unless you live under a rock, you have been watching what Billy Napier and the Florida Gators have been doing on this recruiting trail for 2024. They have been on the absolute hype train, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a blast to watch. But when you peel back the curtains and you take a deeper dive into it,
someone cooked here.
the defensive side of the ball is something special. It is something that you're going to write about in years to come. The class that Billy Napier, that class that Billy Ballsack put together in 2024 is going to be heard around the world. And if you take a look at it, you break it down by the numbers, it is matching up to be one of the top most elite defensive classes put together in a very long time, but you got to look at it from each position, place, and point. So let's take a look at that now. First order of business, we have here Myles Graham, which is one of the 3 stud linebackers that we have in this class. You'll see here, again, he's extremely fast, extremely physical, plays running back as well, just like his father did for the Florida Gators. Currently, he's at Buchholz playing alongside defensive lineman Kendall Jackson. Both are currently committed to the Florida Gators, but this young man is an absolute beast. And if you see what he's going to be matched up with Darius Hayes and Aaron Childs, he is going to be extremely versatile for this defense. He can step back, cover the big tight ends, which we've seen what obviously Georgia and Brock Bowers, they're going to bring to have somebody that can take a step back and cover that tight end effectively, because of the speed that he has is going to be something that is extremely needed for this defensive line. Again, this linebacker class is something that is going to get another one that's to be written about for ages. We thought that Brandon Spikes class and that linebacker class was something else. This class is shaping up to be something extremely special. Again, just watching him come off the edge here, again, extremely versatile, smart too. I mean, we had him on the show. We've interviewed him. Look at that big hit, just blitzing that kid. That kid gets tiny. It made him look a lot smaller there in that video. And take another look here, just putting the D lineman to the ground and then wrapping up the running back with no problem at all. Again, coming off the edge, just extreme speed. And you should see him when he breaks loose on a running back play, which hopefully we'll see here in a minute. The guy looks like he's being shot out of a cannon, just like he was shot out of a cannon there to that running back, and it looks like he hit a stone wall. Oh my goodness, he is an absolute fierce wrecking ball on that defensive side. Look at him. Look at his eyes. Sees everything. You are not getting anything past him. When we had him on the show, he actually talked about just kind of having that third vision, just being able to feel the game at all times, seeing everything around him. And look at him. Say, come here. Look, and going for the strip. Not just a tackle, a full-blown strip, trying to make a play on it, which I absolutely love here. Look at him just read the play there. Again, a huge pickup for the Florida Gators, a massive, and this is just the beginning. This is only one linebacker. Let's check out the other ones here. Oh, boys. Next up is Darius Hayes. A lot of you, look at this hit. I was just about to say, a lot of you probably have seen the viral clip of him just leveling cats. I took a picture alongside of him at Friday Night Lights. This kid is big. I believe he sits at like 6'4", 220, 250. Look at him picking balls off because he's just a ball hawk. I mean, he takes up damn near 80% of the football field. Looks like he might fly away on our ass standing at 6'4". This kid is a beast. Look at him. Look at him. Boom. That was the play. Knocked his helmet clean off that kid. I mean, from the deep, 10, 15 yards back, just watching the play unfold. Again, great vision as well, just like Myles Graham. And you have to have great vision when you're playing that. So just comprehend this right now. Look at the film we just saw with Myles Graham. Now compare it with Darius Hayes. And we ain't done. We're also going to be adding Aaron Childs to the mix as well. I don't have his tape out currently. We're going to talk about some other guys, but just those 2 linebackers alone are going to be a huge attribute, okay? Just imagine 2 of these guys standing next to one another and then adding one more just because you're bored. That's going to be the linebacker class for this 2024 recruiting cycle for the Florida Gators. And boy, oh boy, I am beyond excited what's going to come. Offensively, we're doing some great things too, but defensively, it's going to be special, especially with old boy Austin Armstrong and third advisor. Let's keep moving. Next up, we've got to talk about the newly recruited 5-star defensive lineman, LJ McCray. This guy is an absolute terror. Top 10 in the country. An absolute beast. 5-star stud. You see him, he's playing offensive line. He's playing defensive line. Sometimes they get him the ball as like a tight end. Look at him just put the kid to the ground. Just absolutely embarrass this young man. He is a man amongst boys, literally. And again, this is just one part of what is going to be a massive defensive line. This kid stands like 6'6", 6'8", I believe. Here's a great clip of him here just barreling through. I mean, fast too for a defensive lineman. The quarterback never saw him coming. And here he is in the backfield. Oh, no, excuse me. He's on the offensive line there. I was like, Jesus, look at him. Out in front of everybody, just bullying that kid. He's taking him. He's taking his ball. He's taking that kid, and he's going home right now. The kid is an absolute monster. He's going to be a freak of nature on that defensive line, a defensive line that has really came to find itself this year. And again, we've seen with the defensive line, we've seen TJ Searcy step up and do a great job. We've seen Kelby Collins step up and do a good job. Now picture this, right? Now you're adding LJ McCray, and we're not done. We've got 3 other big guys we're going to talk about here too, but I'm telling you, boys, things are heading in the right direction for the Florida Gators. Let's go to the next D-line. There's another great defensive line addition for the Florida Gators, Amaris Williams. He committed quite some time ago. He was part of that big Jubilee weekend, we called it, where we got about 4 or 5 commits all in one weekend. That's when we landed Amaris Williams. Again, just picture all this together. Here's some clips here of him just exploding through the line. LJ McCray, Kelby Collins, Amaris Williams. And again, in high school, they use him all over the football field. Here he is taking one out of the backfield and just taking it to the house. This defensive lineman, ladies and gentlemen, just blowing past everybody. Look at him. He's playing running back as well. I mean, it's a fullback basically with he just took that kid and put him into a whole other stratosphere. He put him into the underground world of the Stranger Things just within a matter of seconds. Again, another man amongst boys, and here he is coming off the edge. Look at the speed, the timing. Never had a chance. Again, I know it's high school, but it's really exciting to see when you think about who they're going to be teamed up with. Big Dez will still be there. Chris McKellen will still be there. We got Justice Boone coming back, Kelby Collins, Amaris Williams, LJ McCray. You see where I'm headed with this, boys and girls? And another one I'm extremely excited about, edge rusher Jamonte Waller, another 5-star, 4 to 5-star stud. The people don't know where they want to put him. I think he's like 6 foot, 6'2", wherever you want to put him. We've seen a lot of great tapes come from this man. Again, extremely explosive coming off the edge, fast hands, twitch, gets through the tackles, no problem. And here he is again coming off the edge, just embarrasses. That's a big boy that he just embarrassed and gets back to the quarterback. 15, 20-yard loss there. No problemo. Here he is again, coming off the edge. Bullies this offense. Well, he kind of gets pushed back. But the speed, though. The quarterback couldn't even react. I mean, just east to west and then blitzes him going straight back there. Wait for it. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. The offensive lineman didn't even know that he was guarding him. He just ran right past him like he was sitting still. So I keep saying this. Jamonte Waller, LJ McCray, Justice Boone, Big Dez, Chris McKellen, Kelby Collins, Amaris Williams. And we ain't done. Dude, this defensive line is going, and then the linebackers behind him. The linebackers behind him. And then we go even a step further. Let's get into that. Another big-time recruit who committed very early on in this recruiting cycle, safety from McKinney, Texas, Xavier Filsaime, who has been bought in, seems to be dialed in this entire time. Think about the levels to the defense here. We just salivated over the D-line. It got extremely fired up about the linebacker class, and now we're moving our way into this elite safety here, top 5 safety in the country. This kid is something special, and we're looking to pair him up hopefully with Zay Mincy out of Mainland, Florida, who's teammates with LJ McCray, a 4 to 5-star safety as well. Like I'm telling you guys, this defensive class is something you will be writing about in years to come, that what Billy was able to put together. Extremely disciplined, extremely fast, a great read on the ball. Let's take a look at this play here. See if he gets us a little pick here off the read. Read it all the way from the beginning, knew who his guy was, and attacked it. Here he is watching it again, picks up the run, boom. Sits him down, no problemo, like you just hit a wall. One-on-one, I got you. Mama, there goes that man. You got barbecue back there and didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings. Son, a big hitting safety. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. You know what I'm saying? Look at the wrap-up tackle. Huge pickup there, boys. And I leave you with these closing thoughts. I did a little bit of recon for our live show. I wanted to bring it back with you in case you missed it. I took the averages, which is 12 defensive players on this team currently. Just the defensive players alone, the average comes to 93 flat with 12 players. The other team that's ahead of us is Georgia. Took a look at their team. They only have 11 defensive commits. So if we take away our lowest defensive player at 87, we're looking about a 93.5. But with 11 players, they're sitting at a 93.3. So they're only 0.3 ahead of us right now. But again, we have a another player that is probably bringing that average down, which definitely is with an 87, because after that it's 89, 89, 98, and they have an 87 as well. We get rid of that 87, we're probably looking about, again, the same average or maybe a little bit higher. But with the guys that are already there, we are starting to put together an elite defense, which we've seen Georgia do time and time again. We are now recruiting defensively on that same exact level. And I also compared it to FSU, who sits fourth currently on 247, and their average with 9 players is 90. So nowhere near what Billy Ballsack and the boys are doing in the recruiting, but still a very healthy class because, again, LJ McCray was in it for FSU, it seemed like, for a little bit. So for us to be able to pull that off and not make sure they didn't land that commit is absolutely huge, because that's definitely helping our average sitting at 93 by landing LJ McCray. And like I said, Zay Mincy is like a 94 recruit, is still sitting out there, which would definitely bring that average up just a little bit more. It's going to be a special class, ladies and gentlemen. Just relax, sit tight. Good things are to come. We got Florida, Georgia coming up this weekend. Be sure to check out our live shows on Wednesday. Subscribe if you're new here. I love you. See you guys in the next one.